Bung bung. ClayMcMathComedy.com. ClayMcMathComedy.com for all my dates or podcast merch. Get to ClayMcMathComedy.com to support the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. Buy your merch. Share the show. If you share the show, you can get some free merch. You share the show just once and you get entered into the monthly draw to win Welcome to the Poddy merch. And guess what? Every time you share the show, you get another draw into the same draw, another entry into the same draw. So you can share the show 50 times in 1 month. You got 50 entries to that month to win some free Welcome to the Poddy merch. And I don't know any other podcast that does anything like that. I don't know any other podcast host that stutters as much as I do. ClayMcMathComedy.com. That's ClayMcMathComedy. Comedy.com. Welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee. And Bung Bung Coffee will get you rock solid. And I mean it. I'm just thinking about it and it's helping me out. So imagine what it'll do for you when you drink it. It's from Brazil, Columbus. What the frick? It is from Brazil, Colombia, Honduras, and Peru. I've had one beer. And you know what would fix me up? Bung Bung Coffee. And that's all you need to know. BungBungCoffee.com. Enter promo code PODDY, PODDY, for 15% off all orders. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Party.
Welcome to the Poddy, bung bung. It's your man Clay Tron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum P.I. of podcasting, the Forrest Gump of podcasting, because I am straight up ciabatted. I cannot get control of my tongue tonight. I don't know why. Boardman's back.
Back in the building. How you going, man? What's
Eat the
new?
mic.
What's been happening, man?
Oh man, we've both been away for the weekend. Tell us about your trip.
Yeah, it's just in Melbourne for 3 nights.
What'd you get into?
Just went out for a couple of dinners and then third night stayed with family. Bit of downtime. It's good.
Break that down. Break down the dinners.
Dinners. All right, where'd we go? First night we went to a place called Nomad for drinks.
Heard of it. Is it a chain? Like, have I been to one in Sydney?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
Unsourced.
Yeah, we just didn't have a dinner reservation until pretty late, so we popped in there first and yeah, pretty shocked with the bill when we walked out.
Yeah.
So we got asked if we wanted steel or sparkling water. We went with sparkling and yeah, they came around, filled up our cups again and walked out of there paying $30 for sparkling water. So wasn't too happy with that at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's hectic. So did you get a little birthday bonus? Did someone else pick that one up for you?
No.
Happy birthday, by the way, on the Welcome to the Poddy
man.
podcast.
Thank you.
You've made it. So 31?
Another lap. No, 32.
32. Yeah, I'm 2 years in school above you, but 1 year in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what, you're 33 at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah. But no, then we went to a place called Movida. It's a Spanish restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Good feed.
What'd you get?
I can't remember, man.
What do Spaniards do? They do what's it called? Where it's the big pot of like rice and those sausages.
Paella.
Paella. Did you get any of that?
No, we didn't get that.
No.
But it was something similar. It was like texture-wise, it was pretty similar to a paella.
Yeah, right.
It's like a black squid ink, like rice noodle dish.
Oh, right.
Which looked pretty wild when it came out because it was just like black tar, but tasted lit.
Dude, I in Barcelona, I had blood sausage, which is black, and is literally.
I've never even heard of that.
Well, don't hear of it. Well, I'm going to tell you about it, but don't try it. It is just like it's in a sausage skin, and it's just like filler. Like I don't know if it's rice or sawdust or something is in there to like thicken it, and blood.
That sounds gross.
They cook it up, and it's black, and. You know, they're asking, do you want blood sausage? And I'm like, you're only in Spain once. And I was only in Spain once. I've never been back. And I ate it and it was top probably top 5 worst things I've had in my life to eat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty shitty.
Yeah. Top 5 worst things. I'd say 1, onions. 2, I'd say eating dicks on stage is probably pretty bad. I'm not a huge fan of like olives. Mushrooms I can handle. I try to not eat them, but like I can handle. I wouldn't put them in the top 5. Blood sausage is for sure in there. Number probably above olives. Probably 3, then olives, then I don't know what else is bad. What do you hate?
Don't know. There's heaps that I don't like, but I don't know if there's any foods I hate.
Right.
I was really bad when I was younger. Like there's so many things I didn't eat, but just as I've been getting older, been a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, nice.
The old palate. Onions. So it's all types of onions with you. Like if it's cooked on the barbie, you still won't eat it, will you?
Nah, but I can handle like I'm better now with a spring onion. I can like kind of handle the green part.
Yeah.
I
didn't realize you didn't eat those either. So
yeah,
it's all onions. You don't discriminate.
But I fuck heavy with garlic.
Interesting.
Heavy in the game with garlic.
Okay.
Yeah. Leek I've been getting into more when I cook like curries. I've been replacing onion with leek.
Yeah.
And I can handle that way better. Because some people think they like to tell me like, oh, you can't taste it if it's in a curry or if it's in a bolognese. And I'm like, well, I can. Because it tastes like the inside of a man's asshole, dude. I don't want it.
Yeah, you got me thinking now. Sorry, it's just come to me the shit I hate.
Yeah.
Fennel.
Oh, right.
Can't handle it.
Do you like licorice?
That was the next one on my list. Hate black licorice.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they're my top 2.
So what about in a bullet? So are you? Yeah.
No.
Okay. So you're like me.
Not interested.
You are just like off licorice.
Yeah.
But black licorice. You have a raspberry licorice.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah.
Love
raspberry bullet.
licorice.
What about a white raspberry bullet?
Yeah, I'll get around that for sure.
Right. That's like having the golden gun in 007 GoldenEye. That is.
It's been a while.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I love a white chocolate bullet. I think I had white chocolate bullets for Extraction.
Oh.
Or maybe regular bullets. I don't know. I definitely bought bullets.
Like Extraction 2 when we watched
Extraction
that.
2, yeah. I nailed the snacks for the movie this week, but we've got more to talk about. So you went out for eats and drinks. What else did you do over there?
Yeah, so
Family?
Did that on the first night. Second night we just walked around town a bit, did a bit of shopping, and went out for dinner again that night and watched the footy at the pub.
What'd you pick up?
It was good. Got a pair of Sonnies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mine were all scratched up, a few years overdue, so
Yep.
finally upgraded those.
Yep.
Yeah, then watched the footy, and then next day just, what did we do? Hung out with family.
Mm-hmm.
Went to go watch my little cousin play basketball. Been meaning to do that for a few years.
Yep. Who's he play for or she?
She plays for, I don't know where they're from, but they're called the Lakers.
Oh,
But,
really?
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. Poor things. They were down 2-32 at halftime.
Oh, that's hectic.
Yeah, your weekend. Let's hear about it.
Me had the gig over in Kangaroo Island. I went and I didn't get seasick, but I was queasy as a motherfucker on the way over. It was choppy, dude.
Do you usually get seasick?
Not that I can really remember. I did on one of the, like I've been to Kangaroo Island before on the ferry,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was the way over last time as well. Like I got mad queasy and it was nighttime, so I couldn't even like locate the horizon, which is supposed to help you
balance you out.
Yeah, but it was noticeably rough on the way over, and they were like handing out cold towels and shit to put around your neck because apparently if you lower your temperature, you feel better as well.
Yeah, okay.
And that did help. So that was nuts. One of the boys brought his family, his wife and his 2 kids, and his kid was sitting at the table with me and 2 of the other comics, and one of the other guys, well, I guess I can say names, it doesn't matter. Jay was like, it was the boat was rocking so crazy. Jay's like, this thing is gonna fucking flip. And the kid is like, I don't know, 7, 8, 6 maybe. I don't really know how to tell.
Benjamin Button.
Yeah. And he made like a Scooby-Doo sound when Jay said that. He was like playing like a DS or something, or maybe a Switch, right? And he goes, huh? And he was like sincere. He wasn't trying to be funny. And I was like, dude, you can't say that shit in front of a kid. And then Justin had to like calm his kid down. So that was, you know, off to a good start, you know, like we've got the giggles on the trip over. We get there, set up, right? So we get there probably, it's a 12 o'clock ferry. So before 1 o'clock, we're on the island, 45-minute drive to the venue. So we're set up by 2:30 and show's not till 7:30. So we're just in the room sinking piss until the show, talking shit. And that's one of the most fun parts of these trips. Usually it's in the car and I'm driving, so I'm sober, and all the other guys are drunk, which is hilarious. But this time we're all together. No one's got to drive, so we're putting them away. I just stopped. Well, actually, we all kind of stopped because we were like, Jesus, like we got a show to put on.
Got to perform, yeah. That would have been a good change of pace, though.
Yeah, it was good. And usually
sounds pretty frenetic when you go to these shows.
It's mad hectic. Like we show up like usually, I want to say an hour, but I'd say 30 minutes before showtime. We set up. I'm like sweating because I'm like, I've got to get everything ready to go before showtime, right? So I'm like sweaty. I've got everything together. And then it's like, bang, come on, let's start the show. And that's hectic. And it's not like fun. The drive's fun, but then set up is like hectic, and then the show goes. So this time was like, yeah, it was so good to just set up, chill for 4 or 5 hours, do the show. I was on the door checking tickets, and this one woman comes in. I was thinking whether or not to tell this story because she said she did get to a point where I'll get to. I'm not going to, no spoilers. So I get to this one lady in the line. She's like, oh, yeah, I've got 2 tickets here. See, my friend Amy, she's coming at 8 o'clock, so I'll save a seat for her. I was like, yeah, good for you. You know, like I'll let, like, it's not, you know, it's not 1,000 people going to be here. I'll know when Amy gets here, you know. She goes, sits down. She goes back to the bar, gets drinks. She comes back with 3 drinks. You know, I thought she was throwing up gang signs, but she had 3 drinks solo. And she's yelling, dude. She's like, yeah, my friend's coming at 8. And I was like, yeah, Amy. And she's like, oh, did I already tell you that? Okay. I'm like, oh, fuck, this bitch is going to be a fucking problem, you know?
Yeah.
We finally start the show. I'm like, I pull the trigger. I'm like, all right, let's go. Bowley, who hosts the night, he goes up, starts tearing the room apart, bro. He's killing. And then he brings up Jay, who opens. Jay goes out, kills, bro. And then Amy shows up. And I'm like, yeah, go take a seat, Amy. Like, it's all good. Your friends already showed me the tickets. I've been expecting you. She's sitting just there. Go get your seat. You know, she sneaks in. She's nice and quiet. She goes in there to sit down. And then Amy's friend's like, oh, hey, how you going? Oh, yeah, sit down. Oh, yeah, I've had like 4 drinks. Oh, yeah. And Jay is just like, oh, like, Jay's like a savage.
While he's up on stage.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah, we got a loud talker. And she says something back. And he's like, yeah, never mind all these people that paid money to be here, you know?
Mm.
Like, just act like it's all for you, you know? And she talks back. And he, you know, has another crack in the crowd, like, and she gets embarrassed by, you know, the round of applause that Jay gets roasting her. And she keeps talking.
Oh, no.
And Jay's like, oh, yeah, only a true dumb cunt would keep talking once the crowd has acknowledged how much they wanted to shut up. And she spits the dummy, dude. She gets up, she comes out, she starts yelling at me. She's storming up and down. She's just performing, though, you know, like, because now she's not in the room. She's storming up and down the hallway outside, like outside the room. So
she didn't get kicked out or anything. She just removed herself. And starts, and then she comes up to me and she's like, my mother's in hospital. I don't need this shit. And I was like, I'm sorry to hear that, but you talked to a comedian on stage. Yeah. That's what happens. This is not the first time this has happened. Yeah, just go, keep your mouth shut unless you're laughing.
Yeah, right. And she's like, I want a fucking refund, you know. And I was like, yeah, well, send us an email. I'm not giving it to you now, you know, because you're blind. And hey, maybe she listens to the podcast and I'm snitching on myself and she will email me, but she was blotto, dude, and she will not remember it. She won't send an email unless she listens to this podcast and wants her fucking measly $25 back. And she can have it, you know? But I wasn't giving it to her then and there. I was like, yeah, well, send an email. We'll see what we can do, right?
Yeah, gotta take the proper channels.
Yeah. Yeah. And she ended up leaving because of her sick mother, who she was lying about, by the way. And I'm certain of this because, one, you weren't just at a comedy show like yucking it up. If your mum's that sick in hospital, wouldn't you be with her? Two, when you start crying and shit about her, your friend stayed.
Yeah, it's either a lie or a real shit friend.
Yeah. And Amy seemed like a stand-up guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, that bitch is full of shit. Maybe her mum is sick, but she's been sick for a long time, right? Like 8 years, and she's just been drinking her way through it. She hasn't dealt with it. And so, like, she got embarrassed and it all came up.
Yeah.
You know, but we laughed about it, and then we were talking to the staff, and they were like after the show, and they're like, oh, yeah, she's always like that. Like, she's the town drunk. And they're like, yeah, I won't say where. Well, I will. We can bleep it out. She works at the
Okay.
They all know her.
Right.
They're like, yeah, she works at the she's always pissed. And you know what'd be really funny is to bleep out what I said but put the logo of the business over my mouth. Yeah, so that was hysterical, but we all murdered and had so much fun, and I think it was maybe the best show that we've put on so far. The hotel looked after us. We had so much drink that night. And then went back to the room and watched like 7 UFC fights because it was UFC night. I think it was Singapore, maybe.
Okay. Any big names? I don't really.
Yeah, Holloway versus the Korean Zombie, who retired after the fight. TKZ retired.
Heard of that guy?
Yeah. They were. I think Holloway was really the only big name that I knew of, but I think the other guys knew. Like, they're pretty into fighting.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that was sick. And then we all went to sleep at like 12:30. Easy money.
Nice.
But Bowley, fucking old chainsaw mouth, bro. Snoring like crazy. And he was like dipping out of consciousness while we were watching the fights, and he's just like, right, we're like, okay.
Were you guys like all in the same room, or were there a couple of?
No, we're all in the same room. And we were like, oh yeah, that's not too bad, right? And then like when he fully went to sleep, bro, it was like, oh fuck. So me and Jay had our headphones in all night, like playing music, trying to drown this shit.
I was going to ask, how do you deal with that as an adult? Because I haven't had a sleepover in a long time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do? Do you just wake the cunt up?
Well, he was saying like before, like he was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's getting way better, which is nuts. One, I don't know how you would know that. And two, if that's better, what was it? You know?
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, just throw a pillow at me or something. But we didn't because we're nice guys. We just fucking shit on him all day the next day. Yeah, but that was sick, man.
Oh, sounds like a good trip, man. It's definitely the most like positive you've sounded after a gig.
Yeah.
Like, you've had some good ones, but this one sounds like
like
really
we've definitely had some bangers. But yeah, like I said, like we did a Victor Harbour gig that sold out, made good coin. I hated my performance that night. So like it was bittersweet, you know, like the other guys killed it. And I didn't, but we sold out and we made money. So like cool. But it's like you want to give the best show possible.
Yeah, of course.
And I think like everyone sort of felt like that after gigs. We did the one before this was at Ulibarri Winery, and we all smashed that as well.
Where was Ulibarri? That was out north, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
Barossa?
Gawler. Kind of, yeah. But because it was local, like we all drove separately and stuff, so it's just like a little bit less fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just, it's so good to like have this this little culture that I've created.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been doing it for now?
I think about a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I reckon we've done like not bad. Like I reckon we've done probably 8.
I was going to say it's not quite once a month, but it's still pretty frequent.
Yeah.
You guys do this.
Like my goal was for 2023 to get it once a month, and it hasn't been. It's just it's so hard to book them.
Yeah.
But we just did one in August, and we've got one booked for September. So that's pretty dope. That's our quickest turnaround. So everyone, claymcmathcomedy.com. If you're in Adelaide, it's at the Cooper's Ale House in Jeps Cross, 28th September. I think tickets are at the venue only. So you actually don't need to go to the website. You can just show up. But claymcmathcomedy.com anyway. Yeah, so that was sick. I wanted to talk about this psycho dream I had this week.
Let's hear it.
Hectic, dude. So I guess in this dream, me and Rachel couldn't have a kid. So we got IVF, and that's how we had Kenny. But here's the kicker. We couldn't afford it. So we went through the bikies.
Yeah, okay.
And basically, I can't really recall the exact deal, but they were basically like, you can have him for 2 months and then we're going to take him and start grooming him to like be a bikie.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah. My parents were together in the dream, which was nice. So they're in a hotel. It was like a skyscraper on like Goodwood Road, which was weird. Like in Goodwood. Like this big like, Sofitel or something. And mum and dad are staying there and they're looking after Kenny. And they're like a few floors above us. But when I say...
sorry, so you'd already had Kenny and you were trying to have another kid. Okay.
Yeah. No, we weren't trying to have another kid. So they said, you've got him for 2 months, then we're going to take him. So this is at the like 2 month mark, right?
Right.
So mum and dad are looking after him upstairs. And then we're in a room downstairs. But when I say we, it's me and Steve, friend of the show. No home loans.
Trying to have a kid.
No, we're not trying to have a kid. Me and Rachel aren't even trying to have a kid in this dream. We've had him, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But me and Steve are in the hotel room. I don't know why we're staying in the hotel room. No home loans. And we can hear my mum screaming from our room. And she's, Clay, come up. We go up and mum's like, the bikies just knocked on our door. And I don't know why they didn't just get in the elevator and come down to us instead of screaming. But this is what happened. This is a dream. So we go up. She's still got Kenny. She's like, the bikies just came. They said they're going to take Kenny. They said the 2 months is up or whatever. And then I took Kenny, went back down to the room, and I'm telling Steve, like, well, I've got to figure out a way to get the fuck out of this. I think I'm just going to go grab Rach and we're going to run. We're going to leave. And then I woke up.
Dude, how good is it waking up from shit like that?
Yeah, and also...
that dream sounds stressful as fuck.
I was also conscious that I was dreaming. And I was like, fucking please wake up. Like,
yeah,
wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah.
It sucks when you can't. Like,
Yeah. It was so nuts, man. And I just don't know what me and Steve were doing in the hotel.
Yeah, I haven't had one like that for a while.
Do you ever have the ones where you're fighting or you're running and you're in full slow, like you can't
pillow punches.
You can't but like you're not in slow mo. Like you're trying so hard. It's like you're underwater or something, or in jelly or something. So
yeah, it's like you got pillow hands when you're dreaming. You try to throw punches, or when you try to run.
You're just like. I feel like it's like you're playing NBA 2K and you're out of turbo. And your bar just won't replenish. And you're just like, I need to get away. It's like, oh, man, brutal. I have those dreams often as well.
Yeah, right. That must suck. I feel like it's pretty like far in between my nightmares these days.
You must not be running from as much shit as I am.
No, hopefully I haven't jinxed myself for tonight. We'll see.
Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews.
I got a quick one. Avengement. It's on Netflix. It's like a UK, British action, I guess. It's like a prison movie. And this guy escapes from prison and he wants to get revenge on who put him there. Because he went and did his time. He didn't snitch, but he shouldn't have been there in the first place. So he goes to this pub that he knows where they hang out to go and like get his revenge. And the main guy that he wants to get isn't in there, but his little gang is. And so he starts acting like a tough guy and like basically has him held hostage at one point. He starts telling the story of how he got there. And the whole movie is just a reenactment. He's telling a story the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not a good story. And there's a lot of blood, but there's not even any creative kills.
Does this story have a good ending? Not to jump straight to...
Well, yeah, I do kind of want to get off this movie because it's not great. Turns out the guy that put him there, spoiler alert, don't press the button, it's his brother.
Yeah, okay.
And they have a big fight at the end. And then he goes outside and he sits down because he's been stabbed and he smiles. And a fades to black. 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, I could be wrong because IMDb gives it higher scores than I.
What do they give it?
I think the average was like 6.7, which is high. Like if I give someone a 6.7, I'm basically saying this isn't going to win any awards, but it's entertaining and it's, you know, it was made well enough. I don't even think I feel like if I had the script, like I couldn't have written it. I'm just not. Maybe I could have. I'm pretty talented at writing jokes, I suppose. Raps. I could maybe write a movie. I have written a movie.
You've written a movie?
Yeah. And I was just too late to the party because this movie came out that was basically exactly my movie and it was called A Haunted House by the Wayans brothers.
Haven't seen that one.
It's basically Paranormal Activity, but like a parody, like Scary Movie version.
Yeah, okay.
And my movie was called Paranormal Blacktivity.
You didn't happen to type this up, did you?
No, I wrote it in a little notebook about that size.
So it didn't get caught up in any online leaks or anything?
No leaks. It just bad timing.
Great minds think alike or something?
Yeah, well, I guess it happens. I had when I was studying film, I had a film teacher tell me that he wrote a movie about caving, which is like, you know, like going through those tiny,
tight underground.
I can't imagine why you'd ever want to do that, but he wrote a movie, like a horror movie about that. And he said like when he was just about finished, then he just like saw a trailer come out of a movie. He named it and I knew the name of it. Like I'd heard of it. I don't think I've seen the movie, but I was like, that fucking sucks. And I think he told me this before I went through the Paranormal Blacktivity situation.
Okay. So
yeah, I can write a movie and they didn't do anything special with the filming of it or anything. It was shot in like this shitty filter. It wasn't shot. They put a shitty filter over the whole thing. It looked gross. Hell bad.
Right, we're talking about the Wayans brother movie now?
No, sorry, I'm back
Still
on Avengement.
Avengement.
Yeah, the style was really gross. 3 stars for that one. And then we both watched this week a Netflix movie called They Cloned Tyrone.
Yep.
It stars John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and I do have the other girl's name. Sorry, Teyonah Parris are the main 3 characters. It's a weird genre. Like it's like sci-fi, blaxploitation, mystery, action.
A little bit of a thriller. Maybe.
Thriller? Yeah.
But somewhere between thriller and action.
Can you pull it up on IMDb and see what they've categorized it as? And I'll just get into the snacks. So like I said earlier.
So I've got it as a comedy, mystery, sci-fi.
Yep. Nailed it. So this guy, Fontaine, he's a drug dealer and he gets into like a territory beef at the start of the film and ends up getting shot. And then he wakes up in the morning.
But yeah, it's more than just shot. Like, he gets killed. He cops.
Yeah, sorry.
Lots of bullets is definitive that he's died.
Yeah, he gets shot up, like whole torso riddled with holes. And he tries to drive and he basically passes out and he's done. He's completely, he wakes up in the morning, not a scratch on his body. And then he's out. He kind of goes through his day as normal, as we've just sort of witnessed.
Like element of Groundhog's Day in it.
I've got that written down in my notes here. And he thinks he can see himself getting picked up in a van, like with the bullet holes and shit in his chest. And he's like, oh, that's weird, you know? Oh, then he's living like the same day as the day before, and he goes to pick up some money from, what's his name? Slick Charles. Slick Charles. Such a good name. Yeah. Jamie Foxx plays Slick Charles. He goes to pick up some money from him, which is where he got shot before, in the parking lot of this motel. And Slick Charles is like, you're supposed to be dead. And he sort of finds out that he's been killed, and Slick Charles doesn't have the money because he's already taken it the day before. Mm-hmm. So that's the mystery that they're trying to solve, basically. I'll leave that there. That's the plot. So essentially you're led to believe that there are clones running around. So the reason I break down the plot is the film's called They Cloned Tyrone, which sounds like they cloned a black guy. So I was like, what snack fits this? And I'll go with the less impressive snack first. I got multiple snacks. Love it. I got a block of Kit Kat. And I was like, all these sticks look the same and they're brown.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice justification for a block of Kit Kat.
And then I got a packet of Allen's Cheekies, which are formerly known as Chicos.
Oh.
Little black boys.
He's done it, yeah. How long have they been called Cheekies for?
I don't know, because I went in there looking for Chicos.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of remember hearing about this, but I never found out what they became.
Is Chico racist then? Like, have you ever been called a Chico? But if I'd been called a Chico, I would have been like, well, you're calling me that because of the lolly, not that the lolly's been called it. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I might have, but it was probably when I was a baby and I didn't know when people were being racist.
Yeah, because I feel like all that it's going to do is now you can call a black person a cheeky, and now cheeky's racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, I'd never heard of it as like a racist term before.
Yeah, like I don't understand the name change. I'm just saying, like, coon cheese, right?
Yeah.
I think the bad word was around before the cheese.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for that family who had that last name.
Yeah. And so they changed that to cheer cheese. But I don't recall ever being called a Chico and then Chicos came out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I got called a Chico, it was in reference to the candy, not the candy being referenced to, like, it's not like they made a candy called Nigger Babies. That's all I'm saying. I think it's strange that there's been a name change.
Yeah, I agree.
Regardless, I fucking hit it out of the park with these snacks this week. If you're gonna watch this movie, even if you're a white person, you got to watch it with Chicos. I just don't think they're not very yummy. Do you like a Chico?
I was about to say, man, this might be controversial, but I don't really fuck with them.
I'm not a Chico lover.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Chicos.
sound like Clayton Bigsby, man.
Uncle Ruckus.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm not heaps into them. So
I don't mind them. I'll have like one or two, but I'm not going to sit there and mung a pack of Chicos.
Yeah, I bodied the pack and I moved on to the Kit Kats because
Kit Kat on the other hand.
I wanted to finish on something delicious.
Hold me back.
Yeah. So what I've got written down here is Groundhog Day meets Paid in Full. Have you seen Paid in Full?
Yeah.
Meets Sorry to Bother You with a sprinkle of Stranger Things.
Yeah, the whole sci-fi mystery.
Yeah,
part of it. Yeah, going underground and
going into like a facility type of situation.
Yeah.
That
was wild. That I'm not gonna lie, the movie almost lost me around that point. I was
The first time?
yeah,
The first time they went under?
I was like, what the fuck is this film? But
Yeah.
I'm glad I hung in there.
Yeah. Because I haven't really heard anything about it either. So, like, I didn't know what to expect. I did know that it was going to be sci-fi. So I was like, I didn't know whether, like, when they said it was sci-fi, that just meant like there was a clone aspect to it, or like full sci-fi, like the way it went. But it didn't almost lose me, but I was just like, there's an elevator in a trap house.
Yeah, and then it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away for this film because I think it was a good film. And
I do too.
I rate it.
I'm looking forward to actually having an argument with you about a film. I'd like there to be one that we can fully fucking disagree on, but like maybe one day.
Did you feel like it was a comedy the whole way through? When I was watching it, I was like, it just didn't feel like a comedy. There were funny parts constantly, but it didn't feel like a typical comedy film.
It definitely, comedy's a subgenre for sure, not its major genre. I'd say mystery sci-fi for sure, and then it's a comedy, not in your like in the historical sense, but like once you meet Slick Charles and Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's the woman played by Teyonah Parris. Like that dynamic between those two is just fucking gold.
They killed it.
Yeah, and when she first leaves and he comes back in, and like after Fontaine has like threatened him and taken his money and shit, and he comes back and he's still got the hose in his room and he's like, y'all ain't shit. Oh, that killed me. There was some serious laugh out loud moments in there.
Yeah, kind of like it was good to see Jamie Foxx on the screen, but I know it was all filmed before he's gone through his recent health scare.
Yeah, like I haven't really
can get back to that.
Yeah, I haven't seen heaps from him since. I know he came out with an announcement because like a lot of people were speculating on his health and stuff.
Have you seen it?
His announcement?
Yeah.
No. Did you see it?
Yeah, saw it. He wasn't looking too good.
Oh no, I just heard the audio.
Might have been the lighting, but yeah, he looked real pale and
okay,
a little bit like gaunt in the face.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully he's all right.
Prayers up for Jamie Foxx, man.
He's a supreme talent.
Dude.
Yeah.
Very talented dude.
Yeah. Another part of the movie. So me saying that it's like similar to Sorry to Bother You. If you haven't seen that, it's a black guy that works in a call center and he has like a super white voice that gets him all of his conversions over the phone. And so it's strong racial undertones, and so is this. I won't get into the full thing. I'll get into like the very surface level shit. Is like this organization or the government or something is trying to control black people through what they consume. So music,
everything,
chicken, Kool-Aid was the main ones.
What was it? Grape drink.
And like perm.
Yeah, like perm cream.
Perm cream, yeah. Like it was pretty out there. But it was tastefully done. Like, because those are all stereotypes and very on the nose stereotypes that could have gone horrifically wrong, but they did really well. Yeah.
I just remember the white guy with the afro. That shit was so funny.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many good one-liners in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Slick Charles again said, where the fuck they find a white guy with an afro anyway, or something like that. Yeah. It was like, it's funny to compare it to 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 movies there that I compared it to. It's funny to do that for what actually ended up being such an original film. Like, although I compared it to 4 films, there's truly nothing like this that I've seen before, and especially on Netflix. I think this might be one of Netflix's most original films. If not, it's the most original of this year and maybe the best that's come out this year.
Big call.
Yeah. I can't remember all. Bring up 2023 Netflix. movies and see what they've brought out. The style of it was dope as well. Like all of the cars they were driving and shit, and the fashion was
fashion. The music was really good.
The music and
what's that camera called? Is like a 35mm.
I don't know.
But you know, there's like the
grain,
and like crackling bits
for the whole movie too. Yeah. I didn't know if it was Super 8.
Okay.
I don't know.
I got no idea.
I don't know. It'd be good to have a friend of the show, Marcus, in to discuss that. Or friend of the show, Sean Hartopoulos. Another director that I've had on the show.
Oh, yeah. I remember that app.
Or Danny Philippou, another director I've had on the show, who's recently has recently brought out Talk to Me in cinemas and is smashing it through A24.
Through A24?
Yeah, A24.
That's the company?
The production company, yeah. 2 Adelaide boys.
All right. I can't find a list. But
okay.
Bro?
Nope, don't know it.
10 Days of a Bad Man. The Monkey King. Jagan. Bat Mitzvah. Heart of Stone. Paradise.
Shut it down. It down. They all sound trash. So I've nailed it. This is the best of the year.
Yeah. The Outlaws was in Netflix.
Yeah, again.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah, that was Netflix.
So I'm just looking at a list that says new movies on Netflix. Anyway.
Yeah, Outlaws was a Netflix original, I think, but that
this was better.
Not even close to the Outlaws.
With this film, what do you think the time period was? It was a bit of a fusion, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if they had a true time period. It felt 80s, but then when they like the sort of scene in the credits that I don't want to discuss because it really ties the movie together. The scene in the credits it seemed current.
Yeah, but then there were mobile phones in the film.
Oh yeah, and they were flip phones.
Yeah, so it was a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, because it kind of felt 80s, but maybe it was like...
It was definitely done intentionally though.
Yeah, so if it wasn't 80s, maybe we're talking like mid to late 2000s.
Because it was like 80s style with like almost modern technology.
Yeah.
Because they didn't seem that shocked when they were in the lab. It was just, there's a lab here. That's what they were shocked about.
Yeah.
They weren't freaking out about it being super high tech or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But I didn't see an iPhone.
No, neither.
But if it was an Apple original, it would have had iPhones everywhere. Yeah, so I think, maybe let's call it mid to late 2000s, potentially. But then, like the cars, the music,
and the fashion.
And the way like it was shot on film maybe, but it didn't seem like a filter. It seemed like they shot it on film.
Yeah, I think it was intentionally. Bit of a blend.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Oh, the scene where all the gangsters roll up at the end. Very reminiscent of Ali G in the house.
Yeah.
Did you think that at all?
Yeah. It's funny you say that. When I was in Melbourne on the weekend, I was at my uncle's place and he put on like 10 minutes of Ali G's greatest hits, and I had not seen that dude in years. So
that's funny. When there's actually the Z trip that the one and only ZU went on, I remember the morning of the Gym Beam Challenge, I woke up before everyone started my Gym-a-rooney, and I watched Ali G in the house like first thing in the morning that day.
That put you on one for that day. That was a wild day.
Yeah. That was, like maybe my only memory of the day. Was there anything in this movie that reminded you of that reminds you of anything in your life or any experiences that you've had, or did it trigger any memories or anything for you?
No, I only watched it last night, so it was still pretty fresh. But I didn't have any moments like that. Yeah,
I guess I've never experienced trying to solve a mystery situation in my life. I guess my house got egged once and I wanted to figure out who did that, but I didn't actively pursue it. It reminded me of going to Springfield to meet my family for the first time when I was 20 years old.
How so?
It just was like the hood. And that's like I went with Corey and we were just in the middle of the hood, dude. And that sort of was the feeling I got with like the kid going around snitching and dudes on the block, dudes hanging out in front of liquor stores. Like the whole style, like the big block letters on the little shops and shit. Like that's what Springfield looked like. It really made me feel like it. It looks very set up, but that's what it's like. That's what like those hood spots are like. And it was like. It didn't remind me of like a situation. It reminded me of like just a place and a time.
General setting, yeah.
Yeah. And like the chicken spot, I've got a joke that I'm writing at the moment about not the first night in Springfield, like our first hour in Springfield, we went to go get some chicken wings because we flew into St. Louis and then we drove to Springfield from there. And so we were hungry and we pulled up at this chicken spot and they're serving us chicken under bulletproof glass.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and there's this like dude. He looked like what's his name? I think I'm crazy.
Who is it?
He's got those short fucking arms, man. That fat black dude.
Niles Barkley.
It's not Niles Barkley. No, I've got the wrong guy. I've got the wrong song. Fat black singer. I'm trying to think of another song that he does. I think, shit. Niles Barkley does sing that song. It's not Niles Barkley. That's such a lit name as well. Anyway, I'm not going to think of the name. People are like fucking honking their horns, slamming their fucking fists against their steering wheel. I know it. But yeah, the little fat dude with the like, he's got tiny fucking like T-Rex arms. He's so short and so fat.
And like he's a known singer.
Yeah, and he's bald and for some reason I keep wanting to say E40. It's not E40. It's a singer. It's like, and he's got a similar voice to Niles Barkley. Does Niles Barkley have like another? Is that just a pseudonym for someone else?
I couldn't tell you. Man.
Could be the same guy.
Only song
the voice is like the same.
It's a duo.
CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green.
CeeLo Green. Okay, now I need to see this motherfucker's arms.
Oh, dude, you wait till you see CeeLo's arms, dude. He looks nuts. But there's this dude in this chicken spot looks like CeeLo Green, and he's in a velour tracksuit, and it's like maroon. You seeing his arms right now?
Dude, is he a small person?
He should be, dude.
I think he is, man. I'm not even gonna laugh at this.
Is it because you're looking at his forehead as well? Was that okay to say? That picture is so hectic if he's not a small person. That is so unfair to have that on the internet. But yeah, we're in this chicken spot. CeeLo Green's in there with. Well, it's not actually CeeLo Green.
I never knew CeeLo Green looked like this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right.
There's this dude in there, bald head. He's in like a velour tracksuit. It's like 11:30 at night. Maybe it's not that late, but he's in like a velour maroon tracksuit, and he pulls out a grip of cash, dude, like a bankroll, and he does the whole. This is to pay for chicken wings. Unbelievable, bro. This is my first night in the hood, my first 20 minutes in the hood, and I'm just like, this is exactly what I expected.
Yeah, get the full experience.
Yeah, it was hectic. My cousin's like, don't go over those train tracks, you'll get shot. Don't go over those ones unless you're with somebody. Like, nuts, dude.
Sounds crazy, man.
Yeah.
Sounds so stressful.
Yeah, I didn't feel stressed though. Like my cousin made us feel like we belonged there.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and he's older than me, so I was 20 at the time. I think he was maybe 35 or something. So, you know, if you make it that long, like, you know your way around, like, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But do you have any other notes?
I was just having a look now. I think I've got through everything. My last thing was just make sure you hang in there if you want to find out who Tyrone is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go into it, but yeah. I liked that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Good way to end it.
What did you give it?
Kind of been fluctuating today. I've been thinking about it, but I'm going to land right in the middle with a 7.
Wow, bro.
At first, I really, I wasn't enjoying it, but I'm glad I hung in there.
Yeah.
It ended up being pretty good. I was going to give it an 8, but then on reflection, it wasn't quite an 8 in my book, so landed on a 7.
Yeah, well, this is great content, bro. I landed on a 7 exactly. Glad doing business with you.
We'll get there one day.
Yeah. Absolutely no action from the listeners this week. No emails, nothing. So that's it. Yeah. That's the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. You know what to do. Share it on everything. You get a chance to win some free merch. Shout out to Josh Liston, who just won his second lot of free merch this week. Well, actually, he just got it this week, but it was from last month. So it's happening. It's real. He shared it on Instagram.
Is it a different bit of merch this time?
Yeah. Different merch.
Gonna be fully kitted out eventually.
Yeah. So, forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Share the show. Welcome to the Poddy and everything. Follow us. If you're a new listener, the show's been doing good numbers. It's pumping. So if you're a new listener and you haven't given us a 5-star review yet on whatever your listening platform is, please do that because it helps us with the algorithm. I try not to swear as well in the first couple minutes. I think I might have done it today. But yeah, give us that 5-star review. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, a bang bang.